Hi everyone, I hope you guys are doing great today. I'm going to be front loading with astrology. I'm going to timestamp below. As I always recommend, you guys should always watch your rising sun, moon sign, and Venus. So if you watch for your other signs, just be sure to check the timestamp below because I'm going to be timestamping for three different sections of these readings. The astrology, which is going to be the same front load for all the signs. Then I'm going to do a career spread and then relationship spread for each of the signs, okay? So I'm doing it this way, guys, because honestly, in my opinion, there is so much going on the first week of April. And actually, there's just so much stuff going on now. We all know about that. And I don't want to be, and it's no fear mongering here, nothing like that. I just want to talk about the energy that's going to be happening and keeping it real, given the current state of affairs. Let's talk about how things are going to be rolling out for most of us. So we have a lot of stuff going on, particularly in the 3, 4th, and 7th that I think very worth mentioning, which is why I wanted to do a little bit of a different segment. So so this is going to be general messages for April 1st through the 7th, but this is very specific astrology that I'm going to be starting with, okay? So on April 3rd, we have Venus entering Gemini. So Venus is in Gemini from April 3rd to August 7th, 2020. It's kind of a pretty long transit here. So in Gemini, we want to do a little bit of everything. Curiosity motivates us on a romantic and social level. Variety and the desire to mentally sort of like flutter around is the attitude right now. We're feeling very sociable, communicative, very interested in things, different things. We can be very animated and fun, but we may also be keeping our distance, yes, on an emotional and a physical level, right, as we have to do right now. But this is not going to be a very short transit, guys. This is going to be going on for a bit. So attractions may begin now with words, as we tend to bond more readily on a mental level, right, with Venus and Gemini. The shadow side of Gemini is fickleness. So that's just like a little heads up, because this is about a desire for some superficial fun. So if you feel like a little fickle at this point, just understand that it is the energy right now. And then also on April 3rd, we have Mercury and Neptune conjunct in Pisces. So here, hidden information is going to be coming to light, realizations that you're not as clear about the future and moving forward as you were. You know, this could be very confusing. There could be confusion here having to do with some sort of emotional interactions or experiences. A lot of us are going to be having some pretty profound spiritual insights, artistic inspiration, right? A lot of us, especially if you're used to going out of the house all the time to go to work and to do different things, and you have this other kind of time where your job doesn't allow you to work from home. You may be in the space of having this extra time where artistic inspiration is going to be hitting you. It's just a lot of realizations regarding romance are all just more likely in the days around this transit. So this can also manifest, though, guys, as allowing yourself to get lost in some kind of communication via the internet, through writing, talking on the phone. Because remember, Mercury rules the communication on the internet. Uranus rules technology, but Mercury rules the actual like exchange that we have, like via social media. So like talking on the phone, maybe doing some writing, but you could also feel pulled back to the past in a way that incites self-doubt, which is a very interesting part of this energy together. Because remember, Mercury also rules the past, and then we have Neptune, which is all about lack of clarity, looking through reality through a dirty mirror. So it could be, if for those of you who are doing some reflection maybe on the past, it could be this lack of clarity from the past. It could be having this new sort of feeling of, or resurfacing of some sort of self-doubt. And this can manifest, though, as both a challenge and a blessing at the same time, right? Everything that I'm saying, because you can feel more creative, more communicative, but at the same time, you can be pulling back by something in your memory. So, very interesting energy in that way, guys. This is why I wanted to front load and sort of, give this out to the collective and then see where these planets fall in your chart. Then going forward to April 4th, we have Venus in Gemini trining Saturn in Aquarius. So this is a great energy to communicate with someone or about something in a different way. So this time could be great since it does a link to money, right? Love, because that's Venus. Venus is love, money, and it's also self-esteem with very positive long-term outcomes or gains. That's where Saturn comes in, right? So this positive circumstance or idea can be solidified or locked in thanks to another transit happening on the 4th, which is Jupiter and Pluto conjunct in Capricorn. So this, guys, represents maximum manifestation. It really does. A lot of karmic energy going on here. Karmic luck and expansion that will create and lay the groundwork for a transformation that's both benefic and long lasting because Saturn is in there. So remember, even when something feels restrictive or like you have that metaphorical harness on you, once you get through it, once you get through any of that Saturn energy, that's where the long lasting gifts are, right? So now that's really great. The flip side could manifest though as a criticism or restriction regarding a situation that creates a feeling of frustration. So many of us will be feeling a major wake-up call in this energy, plus what will feel like this spontaneous burning off of big karma. So very cool energy. It's a mixed bag, but ultimately the outcome is really good. And then if that's not enough, I mean, honestly, April 4th is a big day because there's good energy and then there's like a little bit of crazy energy. So it's a big day. Because then also on the 4th, we have Jupiter conjunct Pluto. All right, guys, we got to talk about this for a minute. This is a longer term aspect. It's going to be happening a few times this year. There's this increased need for shared interests with others, as well as for kind of like more adventurous undertaking. Right? And it's us really striving for a greater personal significance than where we're at right now. Benefits can come through those in authority, from government, any sort of governmental body. Definitely a time of personal growth and expansion. This can be an ambitious time when a desire for success is super, super strong. So the ability to sway or persuade is really, really enhanced right now. So again, it does also depend on where these fall in your chart. But one of the most positive uses of this transit is this drive to better ourselves. So we might solve a problem that's been in existence for some time or capitalize on some resources that were previously hidden that we're just finding out about. Social and material goals may come into strong focus right now. Really, reforming something about your life is just a great way of saying it. Now, our faith may be reborn or developed strongly right now. We might decide to invest our time and energy and possibly money into some sort of ambitious new project. We should definitely take advantage of this increased drive that this transit brings, but you want to avoid the tendency towards self-righteousness, towards exaggeration and obsession. So the thing is here, and this is really important, if you act in any sort of like extreme righteous way or ruthless way or obsessive way, you're likely to manifest negative energy to act against you. So that could include trouble from any sort of superior, government authority, even the law. But if you act morally and ethically, you're going to grow spiritually and materially. Absolutely. Because this transit generally favors big business, the law, grants, taxes, education. A lot of us get that kick up to July 15th here in the States for our taxes, so that's good. Education, any sort of commerce, really good. Increased influence, faith, insight are all very likely now. Now, I do want to say, as an aside, right, my own little opinion here, this Jupiter and Pluto conjunction should be somewhat distinct from the ones that we've had previously in previous eras, because Saturn is in the mix, as well as being in Saturn's own sign of Capricorn. So it should really be more understood as a Jupiter-Saturn-Pluto conjunction, and they're going to all be fairly in pretty close proximity throughout 2020. The last time Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto were in this close in tropical Capricorn was in 1894, guys, like honestly, and the next time is going to be in 2755. So it's a pretty rare event. This is not something that rolls around, once a year or a couple of times a year. So here, if Jupiter-Pluto conjunctions typically expand discovery and situations and realizations, then the presence of Saturn in there is going to suggest that there's going to be some element of of contraction or limit or boundaries imposed. So it could certainly feel like a bit of a bummer in some way to some of us, depending on how we look at it, because many of us are going to be feeling like we're involved in something that has reached its cosmic expiration date. So it could be a relationship situation, a career. It's going to be different for all of us, but it's going to feel like a maximum resolution with maximum magnification is allowing us to recognize something for what it really is. So, really, like, is it time to end that relationship once and for all? Or is it time to fix that relationship once and for all? Is it time to solidify that career change once and for all? Is it time to mend that family situation once and for all? It really is something being pushed towards its expiration that nobody's really talking about, but I mean, I'm seeing it very clearly in these placements. And then on the 7th also, we have Mars in Aquarius, square Uranus and Taurus. So it's going to be a strong desire to move forward in a new, fresh, and exciting way, right? This strong desire, right? But it's going to be squaring with your ability to push it forward in the 3D. So you may feel that your desire to move forward in a way might be at odds with some changes that are being made in your practical everyday. And I think that's going on right now for pretty much all of us, really, right? That's sort of like a general collective message where we're all feeling like we want to push forward and do something in a certain way, but the reality of our 3D, of that earthy Taurus everyday to day energy is being reconstructed for us right now, at least temporarily. So you can have this, desires and reality can be fighting with each other. So you just want to be careful, because the egos are more likely to flare with the negative outcomes in this energy. And it could be just because everybody's getting so frustrated because of the situations that are going on. And then the last big thing we do need to talk about, which I think is really amazing, is the full moon in Libra. And, Libra's ruled by Venus. Libra is the 7th house, which is relationships, right? So, and remember, a full moon occurs when the sun here, the sun in Aries, is going to be forming an opposition to the moon in Libra here, okay? So the full moon is a time of culmination and promise of fulfillment that we always talk about, of that which started at the new moon, right? So it's an emotional time of romance, definitely fertilization or relationships. So the new moon was all about you, and now it's time to strike a balance between your needs with the needs of another. Because Libra, again, rules that 7th house of important one-to-one relationships. So it could be a marriage partner, it could be any sort of significant other, business partner, even an adversary, guys, right? Any sort of important relationship. So this energy should be used to compromise and negotiate. Partnership tests are possible now, but so is the chance to truly, truly connect in a much deeper and more profound way. So really good stuff, guys. There's a lot going on just in this first week of April. So I hope this was helpful. I'm actually going to, I think, link this stuff in these dates with the descriptions in the description box below. But now let's go pull cards for each of your signs. Hi, Taurus. I hope you guys are doing great. So these are going to be general messages for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the first week of April. So we're going to pull a Black Moon Tarot first to get a crowning energy for your career. So just start with a career spread and then do a relationship spread. It's kind of like 3 readings in one for this first week of April. Started with that astrology. First one we're going to do career. So we have a lot of stuff going on in the work sector and in relationships, right? Lots of stuff going on. 12th house, escape for your career. Okay. All right. 12th house. It's Pisces energy ruled by Neptune. Neptune's all about escapism and allowing yourself to dream and thinking about, what you wanted to do and be once upon a time. This is really about tapping into your feels in the subconscious, right? Having to do with your career. So, Taurus, this might be you really getting in touch with what it is that you really want for yourself, having to do a career. Some of you might be realizing, hey, I want to get into entertainment. Or I want to get into something that will, incite the imagination, anything like that. Something really creative, right? It's a very creative energy, very creative. But definitely about tapping into the subconscious. 12th house energy. Yeah, all right, so we're going to pull a Celtic cross spread. We'll get these general energies. And then we'll do relationship after. Okay. Okay, Taurus, I feel like a lot of you've been going through it with your career, you know. It's just I feel like the past couple of readings and just a lot of the private readings I'm doing. So in the past, we have the Chariot energy, which is a Cancer energy, okay? So Chariot is being on the right path, at least thinking you were on the right path, being on a very specific path that you felt was definitely the right thing for you, okay, in the past. I feel like I might have gotten that for you in a pretty recent career read, but nonetheless, the situation right now with your career or your employment, we have Seven of Wands in reverse being crossed by the Nine of Coins reversed. Okay, so the Seven of Wands reverse tells me that you're really sick and tired of defending yourself, defending what it is that you want, a way you see something, your belief system, just having this sense of being at odds with somebody. That where you feel like you have to defend your ideas, your perspective on things. Crossing that is the Nine of Coins, though, in the reverse. And the Nine of Pentacles is a Venus and Virgo energy. Venus rules, is connected to money, obviously, but it's also about feeling very connected to something in our heart space, feeling really good about how we feel about ourselves in it, because our self-esteem is involved in that. And Virgo being ruled by Mercury is all about being able to move forward from, you know, in the day-to-day, being able to communicate effectively, right? Having to do with all of these things. So this tells me that there is very poor communication where you're in a situation where you feel like you need to defend your beliefs, your ideas, what it is that you want to do. And that is the situation in your employment right now, where you're in the space of needing to defend yourself. Okay, now crowning you, like really what's on your mind here, is the Six of Coins, having to do with the situation. So the Six of Coins energy is feeling supported. It's I have your back, you have mine, you know, feeling, you know, really connected and to your career, to your work, to your employment, but having this sense of support, sense of fairness as well. There's an element of reciprocity about the Six of Coins energy. And in the foundation, what you feel deep inside is this idea of faith. You know, what is it that you really believe in, that you believe is really good for you? This is a 5 card. This is, astrologically, this is associated with you guys, Taurus. This is a Taurus energy, astrological association, okay? As you guys know, you guys are ruled by Venus. You guys are ruled by the planet of beauty and that connection to money and feeling good about things, right? That is you in a very practical, earthy sense. So this tells me that you're really, in your gut, you're really all about getting true to yourself and getting really honest with yourself about what the right thing is for you. And really recognizing that whatever it is that you feel like you need to keep defending yourself, felt like you needed to keep defending, because you're not defending yourself anymore. That's what I feel like. For whatever the situation is. Now, is it because you're not actually physically in work with these people where you're not doing it right now? Right? Because again, the Seven of Wands indicates in the reverse, you're done defending yourself. Well, maybe you're done defending yourself because you're not actually physically with them every day, or you may still be dealing with them every day and you're just done. It doesn't matter. But whatever it is, it was really going against your belief system. Like you sat there and you're like, wait a minute. Like, it wasn't even so much, do I really need this nonsense? It was about, no, this is wrong. Like you feeling in your heart of hearts that this was wrong. There was nothing right about the situation. Now representing you right now, we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. So this is you right now. No forward movement. A lot of people are not moving forward right now, though. I mean, just, you know, keeping it within the reality of what we're going through right now because of COVID and everything. So there's this lack of movement forward. There's Scorpio and Sagittarius. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, which is about transformation, and Sagittarius, being ruled by Jupiter, is about forward movement with integrity. So you being able to transform onto a path that you feel really good about, that you really know is going to ultimately end up bringing you the expansion that you're really looking for in your career, but there's a lack of movement forward. You know, look, wants a delay, and again, right now, everybody's delayed, right? But it's here, even though it's reverse, which is good because this shows me that you have this intention. Now, the external energy to you is the Temperance reverse. Okay, this is not you. This is an external energy to you. So this is a Sagittarius energy in reverse, which tells me that you're recognizing that by staying in this position, you're not going to be on a path of integrity. And the reason is that fairness is never going to happen. Because with the Temperance energy, it's about you being heard and you listening to somebody else about what's necessary to make this situation work. You're not getting what you need. Nobody's getting what they need here. So their integrity is not being valued. So I'm getting that you feel very disrespected here. Taurus. Yeah. Your fear position is the Nine of Cups. Okay. I mean, you're afraid that you're not going to have your wish fulfillment, that you're not going to ultimately be happy in whatever it is that you ultimately decide. But I see a very beautiful new beginning for you. A new job, literally Ace of Coins. Like, this is the new job card. This is the new career card. This is sweeping the decks clean and coming to a new decision and going in a different direction. Really, really great. Near future, Queen of Wands energy. Lots of fire in your belly. I love it, I love it, I love it. Queen of Wands is a Pisces and Aries energy. So Pisces, here, when we have Pisces and Aries, Pisces is like letting yourself dream, and Aries is having that really big fire in your belly, that initiative to move forward, that fresh perspective of going towards your dreams. Lots of passion, lots of fire here to move forward. Yeah, Pisces. And then we got the 12th house escape. So this is your near future, and then we got that as your crowning. So I like the synchronicity here. You're identifying in your heart of hearts what you really want. You're paying attention to your subconscious mind. You're allowing yourself to dream. You're allowing yourself to imagine, and then you're going to go for it. You're going to go for it. Right now, there's no movement forward because, as I was saying, the whole world is the Knight of Wands reverse right now. You know, everybody's like, you know, the brakes have been put on, unfortunately. But I see changes here, and I see good ones for you, Taurus, having to do with career. Now, this is a beautiful energy to plan in, you know, to really plan and do research and try to solidify some sort of new path for yourself. So I really like that. All right, guys. So let's go on to relationship for our Taurus friends. And I have no idea what's going to end up coming out, Taurus. You know, will it be for singles? Will it be for couples? Will it be for those in a weird space? Who the heck knows? It's a general message. Let's get a crowning from Black Moon. 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 I like it. It's about your soul. Whenever we see moon, we say, I feel. This is all about I feel. Good. I feel. Moon energy is connected to Cancer because the moon rules Cancer. Cancer is about that metaphorical home space, safety. It's that fourth house energy. The moon is also things that we do in private, that we think in private, that we feel in private. Okay. But I like this for the relationship read because it is that soul energy. It's that, again, that metaphorical home space. So to have that with the relationship, it's good. Okay, let's see what we have here. All right. All right, Seven of Cups, feeling confused, coming into the energy feeling confused. The Seven of Cups is Venus and Scorpio, and Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, which is about transformation. So you feeling that there was something changing, right, within the relationship, because Venus is it's about love, it's about money, but let's really look at the scope of love, because this is the love read. It's also self-esteem, though, you know. So, you know, self-esteem. So you could have been feeling that things were changing, but you just didn't completely know what's on the other side of it. Because the Seven of Cups is always, you know what's in Five of the Cups, you don't know what's in Two. That's my spiel, right? You guys know that. And that really is what it is. You know, we know what's in Five of the Cups, we don't know what's in Two. So it's really just not having all the information. It doesn't have to have a negative connotation at all. It's simply like, because life is life, we don't know all the information available to us at all times, right? Or not all the information is available to us at all times. So when it comes to this, the situation right now, the relationship, we have the Ten of Wands, okay, crossed by the Eight of Wands. So Ten of Wands energy is an indicator that something has reached at a point where a cycle needs to be over. So there was definitely an ending of a cycle. So there's confusion coming into this because there's an ending of a cycle. And there's almost like a level of abruptness to it. Now, I just always want to stay within the confines of reality, guys. Those of you who've been watching me know I really try not to get too fluffy and too like hallmarky, right, with my readings. Keeping it real, the end of a cycle coming quickly. I mean, how quick were we all told to like do the social distancing? It almost feels like overnight life has fundamentally shifted, even though it was a bit of a build-up. Over the course of life, though, it really happened right away, right? And then we have this Eight of Wands in the reverse. So this is Mercury and Sagittarius in the reverse. You know, Mercury is about forward movement. Sagittarius is about forward movement with integrity and having that fire in your belly. Wands reverse is always stagnation and delay. And there's a lack of forward movement. So we have the end of a cycle here, I'm getting, because of this ability to move forward in something, okay? So it's almost like, I feel like in your relationship, for those of you, unless even if you're living together, honestly, it's just the dynamic of everything has shifted. There's been a definitive ending of a cycle for you guys in your relationship, because of this inability to move forward. Now we have Five of Swords as the crowning. Now 5 is conflict, swords are words and truth, but it can be just a discussion, guys. It doesn't have to be a crazy all-out war, you know, but everybody's different. It could be. But this is Venus and Aquarius is all about doing things differently, because Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. It's about shaking things up and doing things differently, but because Venus is in there, Venus is in there trying to figure out how we're going to do things differently now, because things had to change. Okay? Things happen that became confusing, that ended a cycle that's preventing us from moving forward, and now we have to figure out how are we going to do things differently, okay? So that we can make this work, because the Seven of Wands then is about, you know, identifying what your beliefs are and what you really want and need, right? Because there are still needs here. This is Mars and Leo. You know, Mars rules Aries. Aries is all about a fresh perspective, initiative moving forward. Leo is about new ideas, right? So we have there's this rethinking of the relationship. There's this rethinking. You get a lot of rethinking. But right now you're the Hangwoman reverse. You're thinking about how things were once upon a time. Some of you may be reflecting to an earlier time in this relationship or back to a past relationship. But don't do that, because if you do that, that's only going to get you wrapped up in a situation where you're going to end up more of a victim than the victor Like there's no sense in looking back to something right now. There really isn't. It's better to really kind of look at what it is that you have in front of you that you need to deal with and figure that out. Because this person that you're with, external, 9 of Cups, beautiful, wish fulfillment. This person's your wish fulfillment. I feel like you guys are just in a really weird kind of space right now just because of everything that's going on. But don't lose sight of the fact that this person is your wish fulfillment. And I really feel like they're your soul connection here. This moon energy, again, remember the moon rules Cancer. Cancer's 4th house of home, family, that metaphorical home space of safety. So I feel like this is a really good connection here. 7 of Coins, though, in reverse, you're just, you're so scared. You guys are not going to build into this next level together. You're so scared of not having that mental, emotional, and physical connection. You know? I can't tell you how much energy I'm feeling in this reading, Taurus. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. The back of the top of my arms are ice cold. The middle of my back is hot. It's very weird. I'm a Taurus moon, so I get a lot of my messages via my body, a lot, but this is unusual for me. It really is. Then we have the Hermit energy in the reverse. So this is telling me that you are thinking very deeply about things and you're really not telling anyone. You're not talking to anybody. This is the shh, don't tell anybody. Really, this is the outcome energy here. You're in a very deeply introspective space. You really are. I feel like you're really questioning what it is that you want, at the end of the day. Because then we have the Hierophant reverse. This is you guys. This is Taurus energy in the reverse. So you're not sure, I'm getting, if this relationship is what you really want for yourself in a practical, day-to-day kind of thing. If this is or do you feel good about yourself in this? Is there that connection in the heart space that you want there? Do you feel like your value systems are compatible? Because the Hierophant really is about our belief system. This also tells me that you're really... Taurus, it's like you're changing your belief system. The way you thought, the way you believed is changing. And that's not a bad thing. It's just you're changing to be different. You're reevaluating ideas that you grew up with, things that you, belief systems that you've held for quite a long time, anything like that. With the Hierophant reverse is a revisiting of those things. And sometimes there's an updating. There's definitely a revisiting, and you're doing a lot of deep introspection here. Very deep introspection, for sure. Let's see what else we can do. Let's try to get some explanation why we're feeling this Hierophant reverse, right? Okay, so some of you, even if only mentally, there was a moving away from this relationship, even if only temporary, and even if only mentally. The 6 of Swords is a moving away. Okay, then we have the World reverse card. So the world, first of all, is a Saturn energy. Saturn is the great taskmaster. It's about working really hard, very diligently, working through karma. But the huge blessings are on the other side. So I get that there is not this forward movement of hard work. There's definitely a lack of communication. There's a lack of mental, emotional, and physical connection. There's a lot of restlessness. There's boredom here. There's recognizing all things that you're not really happy with in this relationship. You don't feel that this person is going to bring you into the sun space so that you're able to go into the space with them, which is about, the sun energy is just about, it's warmth, it's beauty, it's epiphanies, it's planning, But a lot of it here, I feel like it has to do with the 6 of Cups energy. So some of you are thinking back to your past, Taurus, some of you may be thinking back to a relationship that you were in once upon a time, or thinking back to, but this is a very positive energy. It's very positive. It's thinking back to what you wanted for yourself once upon a time, but this is one of the reconnection cards, I do have to say. So some of you may be really heavily thinking about somebody that you were with once upon a time. You know, thinking that this person that you're with right now is not going to be able to ultimately make you happy and go the long run. And you're really thinking very heavily about somebody from your past. Or you are you're connecting with somebody who you knew at one time. Now you didn't have to be in a relationship with them. This could simply be somebody who maybe you knew from like high school, college, even elementary school, your old neighborhood, just another earlier part of your life. Yeah. Not a new beginning. Ace of Swords, because there's something that's not, there's a truth that's being held back. It could be like a lying through omission kind of thing. If somebody's not being totally honest here, but there's this lack of willingness to move forward. And we have the Three of Cups energy, which is a Mercury and Cancer energy. Right? You're being very focused on this Three of Cups energy here. Being very focused on the Three of Cups. You know, and when we have that Mercury in Cancer, it's moving forward in the practical, you know, in that metaphorical home space. And you being very focused on that, but you feeling like it's not going to be able to happen here. But now the bigger question here is this happening in reality, or is it happening because of the situation that's going on in society right now with not being able to move forward? Because there is something about having all of this time, honestly, to do all of this thinking. Actually, let me just pull another. Let's get some more information here. Let's get some more information on this outcome energy. Why does Taurus feel like that? It didn't feel right. Yeah, Taurus, honestly, I feel like this is a temporary situation here. I just do. We have all minor arcanas. There's Six of Wands is about, you know, this tells me that you feel respected in this relationship. You feel like it could be successful. You can be. But there's this holding back of emotions right now. Gemini and Cancer. Gemini, again, is about practically being able to move forward practically in this heart space. So there's this inability to move forward. There's this inability to have this brand new cycle right now. Right? But I see the desire is here. I mean, the Seven of Pentacles is about a new cycle that's creating a new firm foundation. And then we have a new beginning. Page of Pentacles. Mental, physical, and emotional connection. This is a new cycle. Page of Swords, though, I feel like you're just not telling him. You're not speaking your full mind, Taurus. You're not speaking your full mind. This person wants to offer you the world. Ten of Pentacles. This is a good person for you. Ten of Pentacles, Mercury and Virgo. Forward movement in a very beautiful way. Five of Pentacles here. This is a mental card. Mentally. You feel a sense of lack in this connection. You feel like you're not heard in the way that you want to be heard. Yeah. Yeah. So you may be dealing with somebody from your past, or thinking about how relationship was supposed to be and not having that met, you know. Look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. If you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind. For the heart is the gateway to the soul. Only time will tell. Okay. playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit to, a spirit of fun to shine. Attraction. Let your friends help you. Ask for and support. Accept help from others. Yeah, so maybe you just need a little bit of conversation with your friends. Talk things out. You got to get out of that hermit reverse energy to really talk about stuff. It's okay. I like you. Someone likes you. Romance is blooming. Chaser in a codependent relationship. Fear of abandonment. Then we have wedding rings, union, wedding, married, soul connection. It's funny because that is very much that feeling I was getting before. Yeah, I just feel like you guys are in a bad time period here. But I feel like it's more for you, Taurus, than for them, if that makes sense. If that's not resonating with you, then it's not your reading. But that is what I get. I get that this person really wants to be there and build and grow with you, but something is getting in the way. For some of you, it's going to be thoughts of somebody from your past reaching out to you, which, by the way, is happening like crazy. I could tell you, because people have extra time on their hands. And, you know, what do people do when they have extra time on their hands? They think. And then, you know, if you're prone to think about people from your past, this is the energy that's going to happen. And all of a sudden, people are reaching out to you that you haven't heard from or even thought about in forever. And it's like, what? So that might be a play here for you, Taurus. But whatever it is, that is the message that I have for you. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for joining me. Guys, stay safe, stay healthy, hang in there. This can't possibly last forever. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.